Hey everybody, welcome back to Small Plots with Kevin. I'm Kevin. Got a weird one today. Kind of a risky one. It's gonna get a little intense, I think. Down this path here is a college, and in that college is an administration building. And next to that administration building is some landscaping. You see where I'm going with this. I'm gonna camp in that landscaping. So I'm just gonna go. The next thing you'll see is me just going right through. There's no stopping. There's no like, hey, let me check it out. I just have to go. Like, there's no holding back. So let's go. Okay, I lied. I was just about to pop in, but there's a guy walking around right where I want to go. So I'm gonna wait for him to not be there, and then I'm gonna go. So here I am. There is a parking lot right there, as you can see, with people. As you can see, there's a building. As you can see, with people, as you can see. Oh, you're seeing it all. You may also notice this is a completely manicured lawn, which looks like it's been done recently, which means I probably don't have to worry about that in the morning, although I am getting up super early. Really hope nobody saw me come back here, because if they did, I'm toast. This is definitely a no-no zone. Now you're probably asking yourself, why is he camping here on the grass and not in the forest right over there? And to you I say, I don't know. No, the real reason is, although it doesn't appear so right here, maybe I just hear stuff and I'm super on edge. Sorry, it's a pretty open forest. If I were to go in there, I would actually be more exposed to the building. And there's like homes and stuff that would see me easier as well. So this is actually the most hidden spot here in the landscaping area. I am gonna wait to set up my tent for plausible deniability reasons until it gets pretty much right before dark. I didn't bring a chair, so this is it. This is what I'm doing for a little while. I'm gonna maybe try to sit on my scooter, but I mean, may as well get started on camping. And by get started on camping, I mean be into the BC, little BBC. Never mind. Breaking into the beverage center. You. Cheers. They might not like this more than me camping here. Now I did notice, just now, I noticed a camera in the parking lot right where I came in. It's like a dome camera. It's most likely just surveying the parking lot. And if anybody saw me, they just saw somebody scooting through. This doesn't necessarily lead anywhere other than this building. But hopefully it didn't raise any red flags. I've already been here a few minutes. Nobody's come out. So I assume that they would come out if I rose a red flag, right? We'll see. Anyway, I have to keep it real tight next to these reeds right here. Because if I go too far this way, they can see me. Go too far that way, they can see me. Get out of here. Whether it be a camera or just eyeballs. Kind of excited for my food tonight. We'll get to it in a minute here. Got this spoon in my pocket. Maybe it's related to dinner, maybe not. Maybe I just carry spoons around. You never know. I'm learning very quickly that this is where they're keeping the flies. This is the fly zone, the yes fly zone. There are flies all over the place, big ones, just like just big old fat stinky flies. Not black flies, not like horse flies or anything crazy like that. Just regular, just honking buffalo flies. One hit me in the head. Yeah, the bumbling guys, that kind of thing. So I have a thermocell. I don't know if thermocell works against flies. I know it's mostly effective against mosquitoes, but I'm gonna set it up. Hopefully it works. I didn't show this in the last video because it kind of happened in the middle of the night, but my thermocell like randomly fell over into like a puddle, and it should be all dried out now, but we're gonna see if it still works. Yeah, it's kind of dirty. Not too bad though. All right, I'm not going to put a fresh one in. If I remember, yeah, this fluid only has a little bit of time left in it, but I do have a whole fresh fuel canister and a couple of fresh these things. So I'm just going to let this burn out with the rest of this and then put some fresh ones in. Come on. Oh no. Come on, buddy. No. Oh, there it is. Okay. I was not seeing anything for a minute there. Okay. Okay, it's lit. Ooh, that's a close one. All right, maybe this works against flies, maybe not. Something's in the brush. I'm right next to these reeds right here, and any slight breeze is making them go shh, and it just sounds like someone's walking towards me every single time. It's gonna be an all-night thing. Still going. Every time I look at the parking lot, there are fewer and fewer cars. So hopefully soon there will be no cars. I'm getting hungry. I think I'm gonna make food soon, but I want things to be a little bit more died down here. I keep seeing people walking to their car because cooking makes a little bit of sound and smell. I'm not too worried about the smell, but more of the sound. I assume there's some kind of night cleaning crew here, either now or will arrive. I don't know, but yeah, fewer and fewer cars, which is a good thing. Is this a tick? I think that's a tick. How did I just find a tick on me? I didn't go anywhere. I'm here in a manicured lawn. I haven't gone through any brush or bushes or forestry. Is that from me just kneeling down on the ground a second ago, looking through the bushes at the parking lot? Do I have to be that careful here? That's wild. That was a nymph too. That was a little nymph deer tick. I checked it out in a bug identifier app. So from what I understand, nymphs are pretty prevalent carriers of Lyme disease. Luckily, wasn't bit, didn't bite me. Ticks are nasty business, but one of the good things about ticks is they're patient and don't bite you right away. They can crawl around on you for 12 hours or more before finally getting in. And even when they dig in, it takes, I can't remember exactly, maybe up to 24 hours for their saliva to mix enough to get Lyme, if they have Lyme. And I read somewhere, and correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but even an area with a high amount, which is considered a high amount of Lyme disease in the local ticks, is 1% of ticks. That's considered a high amount. So ticks suck. It's not a death sentence immediately, but it is something that I am now hyper aware of, because I go all over crazy places, and I never find ticks on me, or rarely find ticks on me. Not never, I've definitely had ticks on me. Especially not that tiny. That was the tiniest one. Now I'm like every little speck on my arm. I'm like, is that a tick? Is that a tick? Is that a dead tick? How many times have I been bitten by tiny little nymph ticks and just never know? Probably tons, probably dozens, right? Yeah. Alright. Well, ticks. So I was just picking up my pack, making sure there were no visible ticks on it before I put it like in a tent and stuff. I'll check it throughout the night. And I'm glad I did, because I didn't realize it when I first came in and just plopped my pack down. I put it down right on an anthill. They weren't too agitated. There's like 10 ants crawling around being like, oh my god. But I'm glad that I figured that out, because this is right where I was going to put my tent. So now I know that I have to put it a little bit that way, which actually kind of sucks, because this was the perfect spot. A little bit that way is seen by the camera, and a little bit this way there's like a dip, like right where my scooter is. There's like a small like whoop. So I'll be sleeping on that tonight. That's nice, just because of these ants right here. Did not expect this much bug activity here in the landscaping. I just want to say, that little rabbit over there, chill guy. He's been here for the better part of an hour. He knows I'm here. He's seen me. He spent the first half hour just staring at me. Now he's comfortable, just eating some greens, eating some clovers. It's pretty adorable. Anyway, shout out to that little fella. This place is, like many places when I go stealth camping, kind of bursting with nature. Boy, does it get dark fast if I turn in that direction. Deer in the forest here. We got the rabbit. Woodpeckers everywhere. I've been hearing, and I saw one get into its nest up on the tree there. That was pretty cool. But it appears as though everybody has left for the day from the administrative offices. I think this is like an alumni something or other. Yeah, the only car I see in the lot there is that white van that pulled up right before I came in, and like a bunch of dudes got out and got into their own cars. So I assume that's like a maintenance team, that the van is just going to be there all night. Well, I guess without further ado, it's time to eat. Brighter, I think. Cramp. Oh, of course there's a cramp. Ooh, old guy cramp. Ah, right under the ribs. Ooh. 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 Ah. Well, here I am on the tick ground, trying to make some food. So, this might freak you out a little bit. I have something with me today that every camper on YouTube uses in every single video, and I've never ever used it, but I have it. I've had it for years. Got my little jet boil thing going on here because I'm sick of eating cold tuna crap, just because I am in a spot where I can't make a fire, and I've had this stuff lying around honestly since before I even started small plots. Just a speck. Now that I'm on the ground, I'm like paranoid of ticks. So yeah, I've checked this. I checked it at home. This is still good, even though it's like 4 or 5 years old. This worked immediately. I've probably only used it, I don't know, small handful of times. Can't even guess. Between 5 and 10 probably. There we go. Nice little. Okay. Well, you're probably wondering what I'm cooking today. Some speens. Yeah, we got the cheap brand here, Dakota's Pride. Original baked beans seasoned with bacon and brown sugar. There's no bacon in it. It's seasoned with bacon, which is legally distinct to including it. Now I can hear you tippity tapping away in the comments right now. You can't cook it in the can. Well, I'm not cooking it in the can, you silly bear. I got this puppy. This is actually, it's hard to tell This is a Joe Robinette branded thing here. I've had it for a few years. I've had it on the channel before, but I rarely use it because it's more for like backwoods camping. I used to boil water in it, but then there was an episode of Small Plots where I cooked beans in it, and I realized that 1 can of beans fits in here perfectly, and I was never quite able to get it like super clean. I'm gonna have to use like vinegar or red wine or something like that. So although these look like they're very different sizes, if I remember, this does fit directly into this, like 1-to-1. So here we go. Oh yeah. Oh, there's bean gelatin coming out the top there. I have the crappiest can opener here. It's like my camping can opener. I think I got it at the dollar store. In fact, I think I got that. I was going camping. I didn't have a can opener and I needed one. So I literally stopped at the dollar store to grab that. Not this time. This was like a couple years ago. I can't remember exactly what camp it was. I was with Sean. Okay. So opened up beans. Probably should like clean this. I haven't cleaned this since I last used it. I'm just now thinking about it. But okay, here we go. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no. Well, a bean fell out the side, but yeah, that's essentially 1-in-1 anyway. You can see it. You can see it clearly. There it is. Pretty good. This looks a little more slanted than I was hoping. It's gonna sit on here, okay? Here, let's turn it back. I'm not trying to char the beans. I just want like a slow, light heating of them. Oh yeah, I'm gonna move this to the ground, I think. Here's a quick Small Plots hack for you. Now this is like not a professional hack, it's a Small Plots hack, but sometimes when I have cans of things, I'll put them upside down. I don't consider that littering, and I hope you don't either. It's just it's just to get the extra juice out before I put it in my pack to take it home. The garbage, that is. So instead of getting like bean gunk all over the inside of my pack, it's over there, and like some raccoon's gonna lick it up and be totally stoked on it. Sorry to tell you, raccoons eat human food, regardless of what I'm gonna do about it. We got some beans here. We got some beans. That didn't take too long. Like 10 minutes or less. I was expecting it to take a little bit longer. There are deer everywhere. They're stalking me. Okay. Let's have some beans. 2 notes. First note. These are not Bush's beans. I've been thinking about those beans. Second note. That char on the inside of the cooking container here is I taste it. I taste the char. I taste the whatever, like 2-year-old char. So there's that too. But man, I should have gotten Bush's. I don't know what I was thinking. I was at Aldi. I was like, hey, let me grab the beans. Like Bush's beans. I don't know why they just don't have Bush's beans there. It's not like those are expensive. It's not like those are like a extravagant brand, you know. It's Bush's beans. This deer has no fear. It's coming right up on me. Does not seem to mind that I'm here, and keeps pushing forward, although it is clearly aware that I'm here. We're good. Yep, she ran into the forest, but she's still getting closer. but she looks more apprehensive than straight up scared. Yeah, okay, I get it. Whatever. Stomp your foot. You're fine. Nobody's gonna eat you. Well, I'm not gonna eat you. I can't speak for other people. She's back. Hi, darling. Yeah, get out of here. Well, there we have the setup for tonight. Not too shabby. I am warm, but I'm full of beans and I haven't been seen, so we're living good. Trying to sneak around the other side, I see. Well, good thing I'm recording a time lapse. You're gonna be part of that. That's exciting. Yeah. There are animals everywhere. I just saw like a cat or a raccoon. I can't really tell. There's that deer who keeps coming up this way and is trying to sneak around here. I feel like I might be in the spot where they lie down for the night. And that's why I got this deer, like, hopefully I don't get trampled in the night by enraged deer. It happens. There's a death toll on that, I'm sure. Probably. There's got to be. 100%. There he is. Oh, man. Well, he's skunking. I just saw the hugest moth I've ever seen in my life. It sounded like a bird when it flew away. It was enormous. It was on my camera, on my GoPro, so I was not able. You can see the deer back there still, just stalking me. But yeah, holy jeez! I wish I could have caught that on camera. Not that it's bright enough to actually capture it. I was only able to see with my eyes. But yeah, it was an audible. I thought a bird was flying away, and it wasn't. It was a giant moth. How about that, huh? How about that? Well, I'm here in the tent. Looks very organized. It kind of sucks in here, I'm not gonna lie. It's the 1 mile per hour wind that was outside that was kind of saving me is not in here, despite my tent being like 90% mesh. It's just bleh. It's alright. We'll be fine. It feels weird going to bed, like it's just like the sky just got completely dark, but we're really close to the longest day of the year, so it's not getting dark until almost 10 p.m. right now, and it will continue to get darker later for the next week or so. and then it'll, you understand how time and daylight works. Yeah, I'm gonna hang out here, go to sleep pretty soon. If anything crazy and just like completely collegiant happens in the middle of the night, I'll let you guys know, but otherwise I'll see you in just a second. Well, you'll see me in just a second. I won't see you. I don't even know what you look like. It's garbage day. Good thing I wasn't camping behind the dumpsters. It's just before 6. I hear and see some employees already arriving for the day. So I gotta get moving. I thought that they'd be here maybe closer to 7, 7:30, something like that, maybe 8. But looks like they're trickling in. There's already, I don't know, 10 or so cars there. Pretty restful sleep considering. A few things of note. Heard the coy wolves, the coyotes, pretty much right when I started going to sleep. Really close, like really close, probably in this forest behind the camera here. There was a time around 2 a.m. I woke up, a car pulled into the parking lot and the car locked its doors. I heard like boop, 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 boop. The door is locking, so I don't know if that was like someone coming to work super early or someone parking their car and doing something else. I don't really know, but they left their car. No, that's all. Nothing further happened. Lots of animals, lots of sticks breaking, lots of rummaging. Yeah, so I'm gonna get out of here, hook those animals up with their spot back, and try to leave before I get yelled at. Now, luckily for me right now, last night Kevin hooked me up by already crushing all my cans and stuff. So I don't have to I wouldn't be able to do it right now, frankly. There's too many people coming to work. Can't, so I don't even know what I would do. Have a bag full of full non-crushed cans. Maybe I'd hang the bag off my scooter or something, so I don't think that would fit. Yeah, I mean, it would fit. They were non-crushed coming here, but they got like beer remnants in there. Crushing them's just better. So anyway, thanks, past Kevin. Cars just keep coming in, but I'm just about ready to go here. Decollapse my scooter in just a second. Put my tent in my bag. My garbage is all cleaned up, my beans and stuff. So yeah, the next thing you'll see is me just booking it out of here, kind of like how I came in. People are gonna see me. People are arriving to work. I hear people talking in the parking lot. So I hear someone's music in their car right now as they pull into work. So this is gonna be a fun one. Or, I mean, hopefully uneventful, but people are definitely gonna see me. I'd probably think it's weird. Here we go. Goodbye, small plot. Thank you for the plot. Yep, there's a car coming in right now. A couple cars coming in right now. I'm just a guy with a scooter coming out of the landscaping. Not even a big deal, guys. Got a couple of people looking at me weird, not too bad. Nobody yelled at me or anything, but definitely a couple of double takes. Not too bad, can't complain. But this has been Small Plots with Kevin. I'm Kevin. Don't forget, new episodes of Small Plots every Tuesday night. I think you're really gonna love it. I think you're gonna tune in, really gonna love it. If you love seeing more stuff like this, or even like seeing more stuff like this, we don't have to go all the way to love. Would love it. I would love it if you would subscribe, maybe pop a little like. You've reached the end of the video. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you on the, I didn't have anything queued up for this time nexty. Mwah! So,
Train